them are just fantastic. These two, I mean, they show the importance of the women. I can relate to them. I can feel them. That's so amazing.
If you could tell me what you got out of the art pieces of this art gallery today, I mean, coming out of it, how do you feel?
To be honest, these two pictures left a strong impression on me about women's role in life, about how strong they should be. I mean, look at their circumstances. They're two different women from two different cultures, but they still have the same kind of strengths and impact on the viewer. And that kind of thing, what I liked. There was also another picture with some Turkish guys that was also very amazing. It's on the other side. We don't have to go there, but I'm saying it's very also, it has the same kind of impact. Those three photos, what I like about them, they're very cultural, and they kind of show me the culture. They leave an impact on me to think about the culture. Maybe I would go a little bit more further research when I get out of here thinking about it.
It's interesting because the ones that you chose, your favorite photographs, had a human aspect to it. Not just buildings or a dance or a location, but they have human aspect to it.
Yeah, I like humans because something I can relate to as a human. It touches me more, I think, that way.
We're here at Al Masar Gallery where a young artist by the name of Karim Al-Qurati is here displaying his artwork. On the other side of the gallery you can see artwork by another generation of artists. His name is Omar Nagdi. You can see the differences and the contrast between the two galleries and the differences in styles, where Karim here likes to portray profiles of people in usually either one color or black and white. Let's go take a look at the artwork and see what he has to show us.
هو المعرض فكرته كلها عن البورتريه او مجموعه وجوه، يعني هو معنون بوجوه عابره.
The idea of the exhibition is the portrait of a number of faces, titled Passing Faces. Although there are a number of techniques in doing portraits, I chose to do portraits using kohl because it expresses their personality. It helps the artists elevate their art. I think that using kohl is a new phase in my work. I'm planning on adding text to my work in the future.
This
is my second individual exhibition at Al Masar Gallery, but I took part in a lot of exhibitions and received 3 awards before. I also took part in the Bayonel Festival in Peking twice and in the North Art Festival in Germany. Also in the Bayonel Festival in Cairo. Locally, I took part in a number of exhibitions, including here, the Art Palaces, Al Jazeera Center, and the American University in Cairo.
مفيش حد بيشتغل لا على أساس مدرسة ولا يعني يمكن يكون عنده تأثر من أشخاص تانيين طبعا.
The artist must not stick to a school of art, but should be influenced by everyone and in the end portray their own vision. Visual arts is a good way to display the artist's talent. The judgment at the end goes to the critics, but as for the artist, he must depend on his talent.
With us right now is Dr. Mustafa Al-Azzaz. He is an artist and he's here today to take a look at the art gallery by both Omar Nagdi and Karim. Could you talk to us a bit about Karim's work here and what do you think of it?
Yes, Karim is a wonderful young artist. He have coined his own style in a very nice and powerful manner. He has selected to be a representational artist, not an abstract or not near abstract, but while doing representational art, he is doing it in a very strong, expressive manner of his own. He have coined his style in a nice way. The properties of his works based on concentrating on the faces of the overwhelmed, exhausted people, smashed in the general traffic, which is very difficult, sweating and suffering. Also, he have some faces from the square, Tahrir Square, during the revolution. People have some determination, people have desperation, people have lost their limbs or eyes or been wounded in an agony. So he is basically seeking the subject that gives him strong, powerful expression, dramatic expression. Also from the visual and aesthetic way, he is doing his images in a very realistic manner, rather, but in utilizing interesting textural effect that gives it more of artistic way rather than documentary way. Although he uses lots of photography as model, and then the roots of his images came from photography, but he surpassed this photography and photographical image by using this wonderful texture he have created, either thick and tangible textures or pseudo textures that he creates by using the alternatives of materials, wet on wet or wet on dry, or sometimes greasy on clear color, so they runs and leave some cracks effect and some nice effect, which while he is doing realistic work, he is allowing the excellent while creating his work to play and seeking what it will provide him. And then he utilized this nice mistakes or nice accidents to enhance the quality of textural value of his paintings.
some of these pictures here have hollow eyes. For instance, that one over there, there's no eyes.
Exactly hollow. This is known in the modern art is people to draw eyes without the pupils, the pupil, because they give the petrification factor. It's like having a person which is realistic, but when you look, particularly when he uses the black and white or the bronze color, you feel sometimes you are closer to a bronze statue. So he is trying to make the illusion that you are looking at a painting or a classical statue.
What about the idea of color itself? Like, for instance, the black and white in here, there's some of they're like single colors or double colors.
He doesn't use color in his work. He uses what we call patina, which has been used by the classical artist, and he is lending the classical technique of the artist draw with sepia or with black and white, and then he tints the areas with translucent color. So he is using this very much classical technique of coloring rather than using colors. So his palette doesn't have color on them. And he is not engaged in coloring while working. He works with black and white or with charcoal or with sepia, and then when the work is finished, shading and drawing and composition and everything, he chooses that to devote some areas to be bronze-like, patina of red-like or greenish-like. So he is using what we can call monochromatic, which is the one color and its shades. But he is not using that color and shades in coloring, but he is using them as patina after he finishes the work.
شايف كريم مشغول بقضية فكرية معينة مشغول.
Karim is focused on subject matters that is the Egyptian face. He also tries to display the emotions behind it, like the worry, stress, and sadness. It is something we all feel. So the face I draw displays these emotions. So the artist that tries to display these emotions is good because it helps us see ourselves through the art.
With this, we come to a wrap-up of today's episode. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed our segments. Please don't forget to watch us again next week with more on Cultural Magazine.